Aloha Honolulu, Data here with episode 14 of the Honolulu Huskies Custom Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode, coming into the 2024-2025 regular season, year number 6. Can you believe we're already here in year number 6? So in the last 5 years, we've had 3 playoff misses and 2 playoff round number 1 exits. But in the last episode, we had a good off season, I believe. I've been wrong before, but our team is looking half decent. In the last episode, though, a comment that was left, a couple comments. B. Adder says the best player in your second line must be the center. Yeah, I'm not totally sold on Trevor Wong being my center there. For example, Backstrom, Tavares, or Draisaitl, and he gives a bunch of other good examples. But then he also goes and says in another comment, can you really have Ovechkin, Malkin, and Perfetti in the third line in the real NHL? They are in the checking defensive line. They are bad on defense. The D, first and fourth are good, but you can't have an 82 second line center. So a couple things to bring up on that one. So first off, can you have Ovechkin, Perfetti, and Malkin on the third line in the real NHL? No chance, of course not. But, at the same time, do you have snipers who score 10 goals, 60 assists? And do you have playmakers who score 60 goals, 20 assists? And do you have defensive defensemen who score 20 goals a year? And do you have 81 overall goalies who win the Vezina? No, none of this is really real. It's, I try to keep it as realistic as possible, but at the same time, you have to understand the system. Ovechkin and Malkin sim very well, and I could put Ovechkin on my fourth line and play him 4 minutes a night, and he would still score 20 goals. But would he really, in real life, Ovechkin, he would never be outside of the top 6, even if he's 39 years old. His defense is 4 stars. Malkin's defense is 3 stars, which isn't great, and Perfetti's is 3.5 stars. So they're not that bad defensively, and they score a lot of goals, so I'm going to give them a chance. Even though it's not realistic, I'm going to definitely give it a shot and hope that they can get it done. If not, then we make moves. But for now, I've seen them sim like monsters in franchise mode many times before, and I'm confident that they can fill the third line role, even though they're not technically defensive players. About the second line center, saying that Trevor Wong should be my best player, my second line should be my second line center. I could switch out Domi and Wong just like this, but Wong has the better face-offs at 80. So would it be nice to say, oh, my second line center is 86? Well, if I just do this, my second line center is 82, but Domi is still here. So I could just switch this around, switch this around. Actually, I can't do that. Then I lose and be a -2. It's a slippery slope. If I were to trade for a better second line center, then where does Wong go? The third line? Okay, then where does Perfetti go? The fourth line? Where does Malkin go? The fourth line? I can't. I need to keep my lineup as it is now, and I need to bank on Wong and Perfetti growing because they will. I could do this, like I said, to make everyone feel better, that Domi is a better defensive player, he's a better player overall, but he has the worst the lesser face-offs. What was his face-off percentage last season? He was 47.9% of the face-offs. Not that great, to be honest. And let's look at an actual center, Duke Silver, who he was at 57%. Like, I know he's a really good centerman, but let's say even like Lucas Wallmark here. What's his usual face-off percentage? 52, 50. Yeah, these guys are real centermen. So I'd like to try Wong at the center instead of Domi, and we're going to roll like that. Mats Lindback, the future of this defense are guys, the rookies, Mats Lindback, Pavel Kovalev, Oscar Janssen. These guys are the future. Guys like Ellis Anderson and Morgan Riley are big pieces, and even Matt Dumba, but I don't know how long they're going to be in the system. Moritz Seider, I'm very close to trading him. But like I said, Ellis Anderson has to really show me that he can get the plus-minus done this season. He's a great player, but if he's not getting the plus-minuses, then there's no point in keeping him at a -34. So I'll have to find someone who's good offensively and good defensively, like Cale Makar or something, if Ellis Anderson can't get it done. In nets, we have Matt Murray and Malcolm Subban. Scratch this season, like we said last episode. Arthur Kaliev is the future third liner. He's going to have to ride out this season on the bench. Again, totally not realistic to keep a third liner in the press box all season, but I have to do what's best for this team. Kaliev can go here for now. Malkin next year will be down to like a 78 overall with his AHL top 6 potential. So Kaliev is my future third liner, but we're going to try rolling like this for the beginning of year number 6. We went through the preseason. we got Eli Tolvanen. Eli Tolvanen, for those who don't know, in the Anaheim Ducks franchise mode, Eli Tolvanen won 3 Hearts. Oh, sorry, before I continue, I did offer contract extensions to Arthur Kaliev and Cole Perfetti because they both wanted like 2 years, 1.5 million. So I was totally very much excited to do that. Kaliev signs on. Scouts are already sent out, and Perfetti signs on. So is Justin Barron. He wanted a cheap contract as well, so thank goodness for that. But Eli Tolvanen, he has won, when he played with us in Anaheim, he won 3 Hearts, 3 Art Rosses, 3 Ted Lindsays, 2 Rocket Richards, and 4 Lady Bings. Not to mention also the 2037 Conn Smythe Trophy. So very happy to have Eli Tolvanen on this team. Like I said, those contracts just got signed. So now moving into next season, if you look at all expiring, let's say Mikko Rantanen needs an extension, that's okay. I still have $23 million to sign him with. Mats Lindback. I wouldn't mind getting both these. Lindback does not want the extension. Classic RFA who doesn't want it for no reason. Mikko Rantanen, he currently makes 9.2. I wouldn't mind getting him signed up long term. Maybe for if I have the time to definitely play with it. Let's try 8 years at 8.88. Sorry, 8 years at 8.850. Let's try that out. See what Rantanen has to say. But besides that, we're just going to keep on simulating and beginning the season. And hopefully Rantanen, I took him really high. He was my first pick in the fantasy draft. So I really want to see great things from Rantanen on this team. I want him to bring a cup here to Honolulu. So let's go for the game number 1 of year number 6 here at Capital One Arena against the Washington Capitals. Huskies and Capitals. We usually have a good start to the season, but let's really start it off with a bang, boys. Max Domi, first shot of the season, 1-0 Huskies. First period ends 1-1 as Kempe scores on Murray. Second period, 3-2, Montour and Panic score. Mikko Rantanen scores for us. We're down 3-2. We're out shooting them 29-17. We're losing 4-2 right now. It's Duke Silver on the power play comes back. The goalie situation is so delicate, man. Matt Murray, I need to have a good season from Matt Murray. Power play Washington late, we kill it off. Power play for us, we gotta capitalize, boys. Nothing. Thatcher Demko stands tall, and we lose 4-3 despite having 38 shots on net. Kerfoot has 3 assists. No star for Thatcher Demko, the poor guy. Kills himself and can't even get a star. So let's begin simulating the season like usual. Let's get the first 10 to 15 games done and under our belts. Let's go see the New York Islanders. We did the Eli Tolvanen, Jake Gensel, Kailer Yamamoto trade. Beautiful. Mikko Rantanen signs on for $500K less than he already is at. Beautiful. Lots of money left in the system to go for going after whoever we want to next season. So yeah, Kailer Yamamoto, Jake Gensel, we're going to see them. Hunter Jones has a bruised shoulder in San Diego. That's not good because our goalies down there are not very highly rated. We have Charlie Luongo from Croatia and Jesper Blomqvist from Finland? Yeah, he's Finland. He's from Croatia. Yeah, Charlie Luongo. So, and then Mikko Rantanen gets an injured elbow. I couldn't even keep talking. He's not out for long. So that's a good thing of having a good player on the scratch list, because now I can bring Kaliev go right here. Yeah, I think Kaliev could go right there. He can be a very good fill-in this season. So Kaliev goes there. Ovechkin goes to the second line, gives it a +3. Pellet goes to the top line. Got to fill in all these things. All right, perfect. That's all done. So like I said, we're going to take on Jake Gensel and Kailer Yamamoto, all the boys. We're looking good so far. We lost to the Capitals, like I said. I'm going to keep ranting out for another game. We beat the Senators 6-3, beat the Blue Jackets 6-3, beat the Predators 5-3, then we lost 3-2 to the Senators. So we're 3-2-0 to begin the season. I'm not going to bring Rantanen back until the game against the Islanders. I want to make sure he really doesn't re-injure that shoulder. 5-4 shootout loss. We are 3-2-1 through the first 6 games of the season. Duke Silver, 11 points, turning on the Jets. Beautiful. So up against the Islanders here, I'm actually going to put Malcolm Subban in nets because his numbers are actually crazy. He has all 3 of our wins. Our 0-2-1 record comes from Matt Murray for some reason. He has like a 1.7 goals against average, and Murray's at like a 4, so that's pretty weird. But Malcolm Subban gets the start tonight in a big game. Eli Tolvanen is up against his old team, and Jake Gensel and Kailer Yamamoto are up against theirs. So first period, 1-1 game. Max Domi and Cody Glass on the power play there for the Islanders. Second period, Jake Gensel scores on the power play, and Cody Glass scores shorthanded. He has a power play and a shorthanded goal. Yikes, we're down 3-1 here. Come on, Malcolm Subban. I gave you the start tonight. You had great numbers. I believed in you. Don't let me down. Keep standing tall. Power play Islanders. We kill it off. Let's get a goal here, boys. Islanders are a great team. They have Eddie Fontaine in nets. We gave them a great deal. Eli Tolvanen was great coming back our way, but what's with all the penalties? We lose this game. How many penalties did we take here in the third period? 4 minor penalties. Sorry, 3 minor penalties and 1 major penalty. Kovalev fought Cassian. Shots were tied at 31, but we lose 3-1. Eddie Fontaine makes 30 saves. Alrighty, and now we are 3-1 to begin the first 7 games of the season. So we'll keep on simulating. Let's go see the Winnipeg Jets. We'll take a break once we go see Winnipeg. Go see John Klingberg and against Morgan Riley against his old team. So 2-1 loss, 3-0 loss, 5-4 overtime win, 9-2 win against the Avalanche, very nice. 3-2 loss, 2-0 win. A bit of an up and down season so far. We're 6-6-1 up against the Rangers here, 5-4 shootout loss. Then we shut out the Panthers 6-0, then a 5-4 shootout loss again. So we are 7-6-3 coming up against the Jets. John Klingberg, our former captain, going up against Morgan Riley. Let's see what we got here, boys. First period, 2-1 Huskies. Skylar Pelech and Trevor Wong on. Also Jordan Binnington, our former starting goaltender, and Matt Murray, the former starting backup goaltender of Winnipeg. That's true. I forgot there's a lot more than just Riley and Klingberg. Second period, 4-4. So Myers and Pacioretty, also a former Husky, score. But then Ovechkin and Perfetti come right back with both on the power play. And then Brown ties it up at 4. So only less than 50 shots, but already 8 goals heading into the third period. It is a 4-4 game. The power play is coming through for us so far. And Mats Lindback, a rare goal from the defensive defenseman on Jordan Binnington to give us the 1-goal lead late in the third period here. Mats Lindback, the second overall pick, the big defensive defenseman, the pillar of Honolulu. We win 5-4 thanks to his game-winning goal. Absolutely love to see that. 3 assists from Max Domi, a goal and an assist from Skylar Pelech, and 1 goal, the game winner, from Mats Lindstrom. So we're 8-6-3 through the first 17 games. 17 games of the season. Max Domi is actually leading our team in points with 21. So it looks like that second line is doing all right. Ellis Anderson has 19 points, is a +2. Ovechkin 18 points, looking good on the third line. Duke Silver. Now Eli Tolvanen 16 points in 17 games, looking good. -5 though. Pelech has 14 in his sophomore season. Rantanen has 12 and 15. Perfetti has 12. Riley looking good. Wong. Malkin looking good as well, but a -2. Moritz Seider could definitely be better. Lucas Wallmark is a buzz. He's a -6 on the fourth line there. Not too impressed with that. Vetrano -5. Maybe I try and fix up that fourth line a little bit. In goal, Matt Murray is 5-5-3, but with 2 shutouts somehow. Meanwhile, Malcolm Subban's 4-1-1 with much better numbers in the save percentage and the goals against average. So Matt Murray better get your act together, Bello. Looking at the entire NHL quickly, who's leading the way fast? Dylan Larkin has 29 points in 16 games. He's back on the Red Wings. Derek Mongo is doubling a point per game at 28 and 16, 94 overall. Monster. Rory Cherry, Mikey Bruno. Yeah, I need a better defensive centerman for the fourth line. Lucas Wallmark, I thought it was going to be him, but I don't know. Frederik Anderson, Darcy Kemper, John Gibson. Who are the best goalies right now? Holtby, Hellebuck. But we'll look more into that later on. But Frederik Anderson looking very nice at the age of 35, that's for sure. I looked at the fourth line. Lucas Wallmark, he only plays like 6 minutes a night, and he's a -5 with 2 goals only through the first handful of games. I'm going to keep giving him a little bit more of a chance. I'm going to keep on simulating a little bit more. Let's go another couple of weeks or so. Go see the Blackhawks, why not? They're 8-1. I haven't seen much of the Blackhawks yet in this sim, so let's give them a look. 5-4 overtime win against the Buffalo Sabres. Beat the Canucks 6-2, that's nice. 4-3 shootout loss to the Coyotes. 3-1 win against the Oilers. Good year for rookies. Up against D'Angelo Vickers and the LA Kings. We beat them 5-1. We're looking good. 7-2 win. Okay. We're finally in a little bit of a groove here, boys. We're 13-6-4. The boys are buzzing here on the island of Honolulu. A little too much time, a little too much fun in the sun the last couple years, maybe. First period here against the Blackhawks 0-0. Second period still 0-0. Shots 23-24. 24-23, I should say, for the Blackhawks. But now we're just about tied up virtually here. Shots 28-27. Very evenly matched game. Power play for the Hawks once again. We kill it off for the second time here in the third period. Shots tied at 32. We're taking a slight edge in the shots, but we may be headed to a scoreless overtime. Yes, we are. Shots 38-34 in our favor. Headed into overtime, and we end it. Ellis Anderson. Beautiful, boys. On the 39th shot of the night, we beat Villalta, who's probably some 76 overall goalie. Beautiful performance. A 34 save shutout from Malcolm Subban. He's flying. Villalta had 38 saves, but Ellis Anderson gets the game-winning goal. Very well done, my friend. The son of renowned athlete and superstar Ross Anderson. I just got to go see. I got to go see that goalie on Chicago. What's his overall? I really hope he's the backup and not the starter. If his overall is really garbage. Yeah, he's the backup, and he's a 75 overall. Still crazy numbers for a 75 overall. Meanwhile, our goalies, Malcolm Subban's 5-1-2 with a 925 save percentage, but Murray is getting better, so I'll give it to him. He's turning it around. Max Domi, 32 points in 24 games. I'm really liking that addition. I thought it was just going to be a one-year thing, but he's turned into a big piece on this team. Let's head into January and go see Timo Meier and Tony Klingenberg and the New Jersey Devils. 4-3 loss against the Flames to end off end off November. Head coach can replace him. Then we beat the Coyotes 4-2. Beat the Hawks 4-2. Okay. Beat the Wild 5-1. Boys, we're finally starting to look good over here. 3-2 shootout loss against the Avalanche. 4-2 loss to the Canucks. 5-2 loss to the Jets. I spoke too soon. Yeah. Spoke too soon because we're on a 3-game losing streak and we're 0-3-1 in our last 4. But we are 17-10-5. So this is game number 33 on the season here at Diamond Head Arena. The Devils are 14-12-3. They're a very good team. Don't be fooled by the record that they're close to 500. Let's go, boys. First period, 1-1. An early goal from Sebastian Aho, but Mats Lindback on the point gets this game tied up at 1. All right. Second period, 2-2. Tony Klingenberg on the power play and Cole Lind on our fourth line. This game is now tied at 2. Once again, heading into the third period, tie game. Shots 32-22 as of now. Approaching 40 shots now. 41-24 of the shots, and finally Evgeny Malkin gets our third goal of the night against, what is this guy, Caden Point? This goalie, like 80 overall? Yeah, but we get the win. We squeak it out. 44 shots on net. We get 3 goals. 26 saves from Malcolm Subban. 2 assists from Alex Ovechkin. A goal and an assist, including the game winner from Evgeny Malkin. And of course, let me guess. This guy Point it's Caden Point, right? No, Colton Point. He's 10-10-3, 79 overall, and he makes 40 saves against us. Ovechkin, Malkin, Pelech, Silver, no one can score against that guy. But we're 18-10-5. We break that losing streak. Let's keep on going. What's a team we haven't seen in a little bit? Vegas is 21-12-1. Yeah, I think they were the champions of the Western Conference last year, or they made the Western Conference Finals. I'm not going to go see the first game against them. I'll go see the second one, give it a little time in between games. We do lose 3-2 though, and then a 3-2 shootout loss against the Wild. Toronto Maple Leafs have fired their head coach, Pierre Boucher. It's crazy how like 90% of the head coaches all have French names. Meanwhile, in the real world, there's like 2 French coaches, and the Canadians can't hire any of them because they're all pits. 3-0 loss to the Florida Panthers, and we are now 18-12-6 coming into this game. I just want to quickly look at that head coach. Always do due diligence when the head coaches get fired. Go look at if they're like an 80% team fit with you or something. Boucher, A- rated. Pierre Boucher, 59%. Yeah, nothing special. Not interested. No, this guy is 68, but yeah, not interested in changing up Comiskey. He has been a good addition to this team, it looks like. And let's head into Vegas here. Actually, Vegas is coming over here. They're flying over. And we are 18-12-6. They are 24-14-1. This is going to be a tough matchup, boys. Let's do it. First period, 1-1. Jeremy Lauzon, who I was trying to sign last offseason, and Cole Perfetti scores for us. Second period, 3-2. Very nice. Eli Tolvanen scores his first goal that I've seen in a simulation. Duke Silver gets a power play goal. Tyler Seguin gets one for Vegas. Malcolm Subban's starting here against his old team. We're up by 1, but Anthony Duclair makes it a 3-3 game. Not a lot of shots, but it's 3-3 here. Power play for Vegas gets killed off by us halfway through the third. Power play for the Huskies gets killed off by Vegas. It is a tight game here in the third period. Only the one goal from Duclair coming a few minutes in. With just a minute left now, we are headed to overtime. 3-3 game, we lead the shots by about 7. Coming down to the final seconds, we're headed to a shootout, boys. Those are absolutely abysmal to watch, so I don't think I'm going to go in. Let's just see who gets the W and the Vegas Golden Knights, Seguin and Huberdeau, as we lose 4-3 in the shootout. We're not very good in the shootout and overtime. How many losses do we have? We have 7 losses in the overtime or shootout. We're 18-12-7 through the first 37 games. So we'll head into January. We'll start seeing who we're going to go up against. The Oilers, we beat them 4-1. Langfeld for a third and Ty Ronning, no thank you. 4-2 loss to the Predators. Now in the month of January, who do you want to go see? Let's go see Mikey Bruno and the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're always a very good team. They have a great record, so let's go up against them in a couple of weeks. 6-2 win against the Sharks, 5-2 loss to the Flames, 4-3 win to the Kings, 6-3 loss, these injuries in San Diego. 6-3 loss to the Oilers. Oh my goodness, gotta fix these up. Okay, 3-1 win to the Bruins and an 8-2 win to the Sharks. Very nice. So we're 23-15-7. The Lightning are 25-17-3. We're coming up on the All-Star break when we're gonna take a little stoppage to fix the scouting and all that. So let's end it off with a bang before we take a little break here. Mikey Bruno with a classic snipe, but Evgeny Malkin comes right back. First period, oh my goodness, a lot of scoring. So Malkin scores, but then Skylar Pellick a couple minutes later says, I want in. And then Duke Silver says, where's the party? Eric Comrie, let me just, bing, get one bar down on him. But then Bo Horvat, one of the top 50 players in the league for sure, he comes in and scores, make it a 3-2 game. Second period, oh my goodness. Mikko Rantanen says, boys, where's the party? Duke Silver says, the party is right here. Let me score you 2 goals in 30 seconds and give myself a hat trick. Kyle Turris gets 1 power play goal. We're up 6-3. 3 goals coming from Duke Smooth Silver. Sing me to sleep with your saxophone tunes, my friend. Braden Point gets one to bring the Lightning within 2. Just give me sweet lullabies, Duke Silver, with your sweet, soft saxophone. Couple goal lead with just about 5 minutes left in this one. We're going to call it a day, boys. 6-4 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Duke Silver gets the hat trick, but he's not even the first star because Mikko Rantanen scores 5 points. A goal and 4 assists. Third star goes to Evgeny Malkin with a goal and an assist. Big, big night for the boys. Let's go ahead and sim to February 1st now. Actually, February 2nd. So I get all the reports in by then. And then I will be able to send out the scouts and continue with the second half of the season. 5-4 shootout win against Vegas. You love to see that. Then a 4-3 shootout win against the Canucks. Another shootout victory. 11-1 win against the Flyers. And then we lose to one of the worst teams in the league, 6-3 against the Leafs. My goodness, we're 27-16-7. We're looking good, boys. Take a little pause here. I'm going to go send out all the scouts to do their next report, and then I'm going to join you in a moment when I look at the team leaders and points. And it looks like Duke Silver is leading the team with 60 points in 50 games. Scouting's all done, so here we go. Duke Silver, 60 points in 50 games. Ellis Anderson, there we go, 55 and 50 with a plus 15. That's what we like to see. Max Domi, 51 and 50. Eli Tolvanen, 48 and 50. Very nice. Mikko Rantanen, 44. Big playmaker this season. Skylar Pellick has 40 and 50. Malkin and Ovechkin both have 39 each, and they're plus players, so there you go. Morgan Riley, 35 with a plus 21. Wong, 29. Perfetti, 25. So I'll take it for... are they growing as well? Yeah, Wong's up to an 83. Beautiful. He's still listed as a third-line scorer. Mats Lindback has 14 points and a plus 20. It's just a fourth line a bit still. Vetrano, -8. Lynn, -3. Moritz Seider's a -1. Walmark, -10. Gave him a good chance. Might be time to move on. Goalies, Matt Murray is 22, 13, and 5 with 2 shutouts. Looking pretty good. Subban slowed down a little bit. Still looking decent enough. And in the entire NHL, Rory Cherry leads the league in, not goals, 66 points, leads the league in points, but it is Massimiliano Bia with 44. Johnny Beats right behind him in 39 when it comes to the goal category. Rory Cherry, Keenan Johnson, Mikey Bruno, Duke Silver, Claude Giroux, David Pastrnak, all the boys up here. And then in the goalie category, it is Jonas Korpisalo, 83 overall, who is 28, 8, and 2, who has really good numbers though. Eddie Fontaine has really good numbers, so does Darcy Kemper at the age of 34, getting it done. I'd like to go through the trade blocks quickly here, just to see if there's any fourth line centers or anyone else of interest. Just someone to bolster up the fourth line a little bit. Someone who's a good two-way grinder, something on like a 1-year deal. Something like that. Riley Tufte's a power forward. High top 9 potential. He is a 0. He hasn't played any games this season. And in the past, he's been hasn't done anything and not enough of a sample size. But that is a possibility. Anthony Cirelli here. He has a lot of trade value for a fourth liner, but too much for a fourth line center. He would be a good option if he didn't have so much trade value. Look at these guys in Chicago. Erik Karlsson, Rasmus Ristolainen, and Chris Letang, all on the trade block. Ryan Getzlaf would be a good option. He's in the AHL, buried in the AHL, and he has a ton of trade value, so no chance I'm going to be able to get Ryan Getzlaf. I don't know why he would have so much trade value assigned to himself. Stevenson, Chandler Stevenson, he's on a $3 million deal. -11, no, pass. Even though they're on a bad team, I need to see that they're able to get it done. Mason Appleton, he's a +4. $2 million, 1 year left. That's a lot of trade value. Why do they have so much trade value? I want someone I could pick up for like a 3rd round pick. That's something realistic like that. That little trade deadline pickup. Seth Jones is still on the block. So is Essa Lindell. Not gonna be able to get anybody here. Cody Cizikas, Casey Cizikas, -13. Chow. Drake Kajula, -8, not interested really. Shane Gostisbehere is down to an 83 overall, huh? How the mighty have fallen. One of the original Honolulu Huskies. Brett Connolly, -7. Not a lot of people here. Gustav Nyquist, he has 2 years left on his deal. That's pretty much it, eh? Yeah, that's it for the trade block. So I'm going to wait a little bit more time until closer to the trade deadline. But Luke Swalmark, not really impressing me too much. Maybe I bring in Garnet Hathaway with his 3.5-star defense, the grinder. Maybe I bring him in over Vetrano has 7 points, -8, 6 points, -10, 10 points, -3. So I keep Coland in. But does Vetrano have the face-offs? No, 65 face-offs. Let's try Vetrano out for a little experiment, and let's bring Garnet Hathaway in as a grind. Oh, it makes it a -2, so I can't do that. -1 I could do. -2, come on. I would make Hathaway a 76, Walmark a 78, and Lind a 79. I'm not going to do that, but I will try and look for a better fourth line center, maybe in like 2 weeks when it gets closer to the deadline and more pieces are on the block and teams are more aware. Let's try that. But for now, let's keep on simulating. We said the Hurricanes are a good team. Oh boy, they're 32, 16, and 2. Let's go a couple of weeks and see the Hurricanes. Yikes, 4-3 loss, 3-2 shootout win, 6-0 loss, 5-4 loss, 4-0 loss. Canadians get Schmidt a 3rd and Yusei Saros for a couple pieces. Gunter and Wallander for Sean Dursey and Radek Faksa. Okay, that gets a few people off the block. Put some new, there we go. Kiefer Bellows and a 3rd for Slater Cuckoo in 2 seconds. That's a good deal. 28, 20, and 7. Backstrom and a 3rd for Killorn and a prospect. My goodness, people are cheap. Meanwhile, Ryan Getzlaf's price tag is crazy high. I don't get it. 6-1 win, 2 seconds, and Davidson for Hinestroza and a 4th. They want to give me a prospect and 2/3 for a 3rd and Justin Barron. Now I'll pass on that. 6-1 win against the Islanders, 1-0 loss against the Flyers. We're 29, 21, and 7. The Hurricanes are 35, 19, and 3. After this game, I'm going to look to do the Walmark trade or just a better fourth line trade, as well as reassess the plus minuses. Maybe Moritz Seider comes out. First period, 1-0 Honolulu thanks to Alex Ovechkin on Cal Peterson, who's in nets. Second period, Duke Silver gets one, and then we add on 3 more as Duke Silver gets a second period hat trick. He gets a hat trick in 5 minutes actually. Cal Peterson gets the yank, and John Gibson comes in. So Silver, Ellis Anderson and Duke Silver. We're up 5-0. Let's just sim straight through it. 6-1 victory. Skylar Pellick gets another one. Derek Mongo scores one on Matt Murray. He is a legend. You got to give it to him. But a 6-1 win over the Hurricanes. Duke Silver scores the hat trick. Ellis Anderson a goal and 3 assists. Matt Murray makes 32 saves. That is very respectable, boys. That's a beautiful way to get win number 30. So let's sim a few days, but I'm not going to play another game until I can see what I can do for the 4th line, maybe even for the 3rd D pair. Tracy Almfelt and Cooperman to the Islanders for Bjork. Sorry, to the Stars for Bjork and a 3rd. Crazy deals here, man. The CPU just scams each other. So here's what I'm looking at with the Calgary Flames. They have Jonathan Toews, who they want to trade. He is 80 overall. He is a 4th line center. He doesn't have the good plus minus, but Calgary's a terrible team. I gotta trust that, come on, 89 defensive awareness, 93 faceoffs. I need to trust that this guy still has some fight in the tank to be a good defensive player. Also, Claude Giroux. He's 37 years old on the last year of his deal, and he's one of the leaders in the NHL in points with 62 and 59. He has no trade value, so why not throw him in? Kyle Clifford just for the contract spots. Boys, I really like this. Walmark and Vetrano go back the other way, give the 2 roster spots. Gruy is a prospect who has medium top 6 potential. He's 76 overall, 23 years old, and he hasn't grown really. I got him in a trade. He hasn't really simmed very well. He has 9 goals, 8 assists. Last season in San Diego just got 25 points. The year before, 11 points. He's nothing really crazy as a prospect, to be honest. I don't mind trading this guy for Jonathan Toews, Claude Giroux, and they have to keep a lot of salary. It doesn't make any sense. It says I'm at $98 million, and I have to make them keep $5 million for me to go down to $2 million. So I don't know where that other $3 million went, into somebody's pocket. I don't know. What do you say, Calgary? Oh, it's going to go through. Let's just do it, boys. Thank you, Calgary, very much. We just got Jonathan Toews and Claude Giroux here on Honolulu. The veteran presence, the defensive presence. Let's fix up these lines and make a final push here. All right, boys, let's see it. Tolvanen, Silver, Rantanen, Pellick, Wong, Domi. 3rd line, the old dogs line. Ovi, 39 years old. Claude Giroux, 37. Evgeny Malkin, 38. The old boys. I don't know how they're so good, but they are just monsters. 25 and 17, 29 and 33, 17 and 29. I'm down. I could put Giroux on the 2nd line, but then I lose the +1 on the 3rd line. So I'm going to try it out like this just to begin. It is unfortunate that Cole Perfetti moves down to the 4th line, but it's just going to be for about 24 games, the last 24 games of the season. So it shouldn't hurt him too much. He's got most of the season on the 3rd line and on the 2nd power play unit. So it shouldn't be too bad. Jonathan Toews moves on to the penalty kill. Also, Perfetti was on the 2nd penalty kill, so he was getting 15 minutes a night. Toews moves into the penalty kill. Giroux moves into the power play, so Perfetti's definitely gets shafted for the rest of the season, but it's just for the last 24 games, like I said. So, boys, we are ready to rock and roll. Hathaway stays as a scratch. I have Kyle Clifford in the system, whatever. In the AHL, Kyle Clifford can go there. Or even this guy Kovacs can go there. No, Danielson should definitely go there. There you go. Kyle Clifford, substitute. Kovacs can go there. Perfect. All right, boys. We are looking good in San Diego, and we're looking good in Honolulu, that's for sure. It says we're over the salary cap by $3 million, which doesn't make sense, but I'll take it. It says I have $0.933 million of cap space here, so I'm all worried. Toews and Giroux will not be coming back. Oh my god, that's why it was over the salary cap. Giroux probably had an extension. Where is he? Main roster, Claude Giroux. I didn't even he has an extension, 2 years at 5.1. Yeah, well, he's definitely moving at the trade deadline, so no need to worry there, boys. He's just here for the cup run. So with all these changes here, I'm really excited to see the old boys line for sure, that 3rd line. It could move around, maybe move Giroux onto the 2nd line, but up against the Sharks here, let's see how we do in our first game with Claude Giroux and Jonathan Toews in the lineup. No cups for Giroux, but Jonathan Toews definitely knows what it means to win a Stanley Cup, so let's hope that experience can help us here in Honolulu. Early goal from Duke Silver. First period, 2-1. Silver scores twice. Linus Anderson gets 1. Second period, Boone Jenner and Jordan Eberle, haven't heard those names in a while, score against us. We're down 3-2. Power play for the Sharks. We kill it off. Power play for the Huskies. Let's go, Claude. There he is. Evgeny Malkin on the power play. I think he's on the second unit, so that means Giroux is probably involved. But Connor McDavid comes right back less than a couple minutes later to restore San Jose's 1-goal lead. Power play for the Sharks that we kill off. We're out shooting them by a little bit. Still down by 1. We got to beat Martin Sogard. Classic. Another sub 80 overall goalie that puts on a show. But we had a good performance here, boys. 2 goals from Duke Silver. Let's keep on simulating. I have faith in the new additions on this team, that's for sure. We're going to go through the trade deadline, and let's go into March. The Canadians are actually 40-13-6, so I'll sim through the first time I go up against them next week, and let's go see them 2 or 3 weeks, 3 weeks from now. Honka to Detroit from Calgary for some picks there. Calgary definitely rebuilding with all those. They had a lot of people on their block. Clefbaum to Montreal for a first and 2 prospects. We lost 4-1 to the Hurricanes. Stillman and Strong, Appleton, bunch of random trades here. Beat the Kings 6-3. Beat the Stars 7-2. You love to see that. 4-3 overtime loss to the Canadians. Shut out the Red Wings 5-0. 7-3 loss to the Penguins. Now Mats Lindstrom has a pulled groin, which is going to keep him out for a couple of weeks. Pelech playable injury there. Just quickly take a quick look. Claude Giroux, since coming here, 7 points in 8 games. Beautiful. OV down to an 84. Let's put Dumba up on the top pair. Moritz Seider can play with Morgan Riley, and Justin Barron can come make his debut finally and play with Pavel Kovalev. Ellis Anderson, sore knee. Come on, little injuries like this. Now I need to call somebody up. Alright, so the NHL actually won't let me call up anyone because of the salary cap. Even if I send down Hathaway and call up someone making the league minimum, it says I'm over the salary cap, which doesn't make sense since Hathaway is making more than the league minimum. So just another classic broken thing that would work in the real world but doesn't work here. So that means I'm going to have to put Riley and Dumba can be the top pair. Seider and Barron can be the second pair. And the third pair is going to have to be Kovalev, and who has a better defensive stats? 3.5-star Arthur Kaliev or 3.5-star Garnet Hathaway as a grind. You know, let's put Kaliev, the sniper. Congrats, Bello. -3 for the bottom pair, which is really not nice to see. But unfortunately, it won't let me do anything else unless I put Kaliev through waivers, which I'm definitely not doing. Alright, so with Kaliev on defense, we win 4-3 against Vegas. I'm not sure if he was even there. But now I go up against the Canadians, who are 46-15-6. Going to be a good challenge for us. One of the best teams in the league. We're 34-25-6. Let's do it, boys. First period, 2-0 lead. Skylar Pelech and Trevor Wong. Also, that's true. Corners Pisalo, one of the best goalies in the league. Second period, oh my goodness. McCabe, Schmidt, Keenan Johnson, and Patrick Laine score 4 goals against Malcolm Subban. Skylar Pelech gets 1 for us, but we're down 4-3. Heading into the third period here. Power play Montreal, we kill that off. Oh my goodness. Shots are pretty even, but then Patrick Laine gets another. Malcolm Subban just getting pelted in nets. Power play for the Huskies. Nothing from that. Let's just end it. 5-3 loss. Tough game. 4 goals in the second period. What are the plus minuses looking like here? -3 for Tolvanen, Rantanen, Silver. Kaliev, -2. Definitely. They'll definitely take advantage of that. Oh my goodness. Need these guys to come back from their little bruised legs and bruised elbows. Doesn't make sense that they're out for weeks so they have a little bruise. 5-3 win against the Blue Jackets. Okay, some players are back, but then I'm going to put them back in the lineup and they'll be injured again, so I need to wait till the game against the Sharks. 6-1 win against the Capitals. Thank goodness. We're 36-26-8, and let's fix up these lines. Both playable injuries, so let's have fingers crossed here. Justin Barron, in 4 games, had 1 goal and was a +5, so I don't mind keeping him in over Moritz Seider maybe just for a few games. Let's see how we do in these next couple matches. Fingers crossed against the Sharks and the Coyotes. Ellis Anderson, mild concussion. That's what happens when you have a bruised shoulder. You get a mild concussion when you come back too quickly from injury. So that's going to keep him out for a little bit. Moritz Seider, congrats, you're back in the lineup. So we'll go Lindback and Dumba. No, I won't do that. Let's go Lindback, Riley and Dumba on the top pair. Lindback and Seider on the second with Barron and Kovalev on the third. 4-2 win against the Coyotes. Ellis Anderson is back, but he's not really back yet. So let's go up against the game against the Flames. Let's go against the Flames. Yeah, that's when we'll bring everybody back and we'll go watch the live sim. Giroux and Taze up against their old team. 5-2 win against the Penguins, 3-2 win against the Red Wings. We are 40, 27, and 8. All right, lines are all fixed. Defense is healthy. We're ready to keep on going. Where are we now? We are in March. It's March 26th, 75 games down. Looks like we're pretty much solidified into the playoffs. We are out of the wild card spots. We have 88 points. I think we are quite safe. Let's go and finish off the season. Let's go see the Edmonton Oilers. We haven't checked them out this season. They're a fellow Western Conference team. We beat the Flames 5-2 right there. 4-3 shootout loss to the Blackhawks. A 6-5 loss to the LA Kings. A 5-3 loss to the Coyotes. 5-1 win. We have clinched the playoffs, thankfully. Since we've clinched, let's just go and see the West Coast Bellows that are the Vancouver Canucks. 6-3 win against them. Canucks are a very similar team to us. I wouldn't be surprised if we faced them in the first round. Let's see if we can get 44 wins and keep them from getting 45. First period here. 2-0 Canucks. Gallagher and LeBlanc score. It's funny that Gallagher is on the Canucks going back to his home in BC. Second period. Wow. What is going on? How does Matt Murray let in 6 goals on 21 shots to end off the season with a big fat smile on his face? What an absolute disgrace that was. 6 goals we let in. We couldn't get anything. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen makes a 39-save shutout. That's a tough note to end the season on. That is pretty disgusting. But for just the third time in 6 years, we have made the playoffs, boys, and we will be taking on the Vancouver Canucks just like I thought. Not a good way to end off the season, losing 6-0 against them, but we're going to do our best. So let's check out the stats that we had to finish off the season. Duke Silver led our team in goals and points with 99 points, one shy of 100. Ellis Anderson finally putting up a very nice offensive season and defensive season. 80 points for a career high and a plus 17. You absolutely love to see that. Big season for him. Eli Tolvanen in his first season here in Honolulu gets 80 points, just 6 less than he did on as the big boy on the Islanders. He's no longer the primary guy. He's behind Duke Silver, but he is definitely very complimentary. Max Domi scored 78 points. Really wasn't prepared for that. A career high from Max Domi as he gets 72 points, 57 assists. Big year as a playmaker. Claude Giroux scored 76. Since he came over to our team, he scored 14 points in 24 games. Very respectable. Mikko Rantanen, 75 in 80. A big assist year for him as a sniper. That's why I was singing like at the start of the episode. A sniper who's a playmaker, and then over here you have a playmaker who's a sniper. It doesn't really make sense. Skylar Pelech in his sophomore season, he's up to an 88 overall. He scored 38 goals and 63 points for a plus 18. Beautifully done from him. Alex Ovechkin at the age of 39 down on the third line scored 63 points with 25 power play points. He is a monster out there. Very much enjoyed having him on the team. Save for Evgeny Malkin, who had 57 and 82 with 31 goals. Very, very nice. I'm very happy that they continue to simulate like monsters. Morgan Rielly, not to be forgotten, 54-point season from him. Second pair, 89 overall. Very good year from him. 54 points, 47 assists, a plus 21. Very happy with Morgan Rielly. Great job, Bello. Trevor Wong scored 46 points as our second line center and was a plus 18, so it all worked out. Very happy to see that. Cole Perfetti scored 36 with a plus 12. He's going to grow more. I'm not afraid with Cole Perfetti. He's going to get better. Jonathan Taze, in 24 games, he got 8 points and was a 0 in the plus minus. So, you know what? Very well done, Jonathan. Dumba was 21 points. Mats Lindback got 19 plus 15. All these other guys down here. Barron, and plus 8. Moritz Seider was a -1 through 73 games, which isn't crazy bad or anything. But Justin Barron, he played 16 games. He got 4 points. He was a plus 8. So I'm pretty happy with that. He might just be a regular. In the goalie category, Matt Murray went 35, 25, and 7 with 4 shutouts, sub 900 save percentage, and close to 3 goals against average. Malcolm Subban, not that great either, 983 with 1 shutout, 899 save percentage, 2.95 goals against. In the entire NHL, it was Rory Cherry leading the way, and Art Ross for him. He won the Rocket Richard last year. He's going to win the Art Ross this year with 104 points from him. Keenan Johnson right behind him with 101. 53 goal, plus 39 campaign from him. Duke Silver, 99. Derek Mongo with 98, 55 goals from him. Mikey Bruno, 46 goals and 49 assists. Very well-rounded season as a sniper from him. Cam Atkinson scored the most points as a non-created player with 93 at the age of 35, which is crazy. What's his poise at? 87 poise, 93 points from him. Dylan Larkin, 92. McDavid, 91. A bit surprising that more people don't go above 100. 66 goals, 22 assists from Massimiliano. 47 goals, 89 points from Trevor Klingenberg. High scoring year in the NHL, very much so. In all defense, it was Quinn Hughes with 90 points leading the way. Quinn Hughes is an absolute monster. You love to see it. I don't know where Cale Makar is these days. Jinkyo Chung, Ekman Larson, all these guys. D'Angelo Vickers, negative 27. Riley. John Klingberg, our old friend, down to an 87 overall on that big contract. He had a 52-point season, only a +3. Samuel Girard is up to an 86. I never see him go that high. Cale Makar, here he is, 88 overall. He's a bit buried down there, and he has 1 year left on his deal. I would love to scoop up Cale Makar, maybe at the draft even. If he has low trade value on an expiring deal, I would love to get Cale Makar. He is not at his full potential under the shadow of Jinkyo Chung, I guess. In the goalie category, it is Jonas Korpisalo with 46 wins as an 83 overall, putting up a .916 save percentage. Gibson, Eddie Fontaine. I'd probably give the Vezina to Eddie Fontaine this season. Mackenzie Blackwood, 83. It's crazy, I was an 83 overall with 41 wins, but who else is up here? Matt Murray didn't have great numbers. Hellebuck had good numbers. Colton Point, 79 overall, went 34, 24, and 5 with 6 shutouts. Linus Allmark, 84 overall, 908 save percentage. Frederick Anderson actually went off a cliff, ending off the season 25, 25, and 4 in terms of his record. Eric Comrie, 83 overall. Whatever, man. Rookie skaters in the NHL, it is Zachary Lheureux who will likely win the Calder. Carson Barker, though, right behind him. He was a 3rd overall pick last season. He had a good season, 31 goals in his rookie year. Any rookie goalies who could take it? Jack McNaughton, 66 overall, who got 21 wins. I doubt it. Fabio Jacobo. Looking through some of our old friends from Honolulu, let's see how they did this year. Jonathan Drouin, 64-point season for him. That's probably a career high since, yeah, it's the 2nd career high. Respect to him. Good season over in Arizona. We traded him for the 1st overall pick pretty much. We've got Skylar Pellick. Anthony Cirelli, who we traded there a long time ago, he got 45 points. Frank Vetrano, after we traded him to Calgary, he got 12 points in 23 games. What? That's crazy, because he was playing on their 2nd line, though. Crazy how Patrice Bergeron is still here. He retired 2 years ago, but after that save file didn't work, he ended up coming back, and it looks like it was for good reason, because if he had retired 2 years ago, he wouldn't have put up 68 and 72-point seasons the last 2 years, so it makes a lot more sense they don't retire. That makes a lot more sense. Dougie Hamilton, who we traded to the Predators, he didn't play much with us. He played 1.5 seasons, even more than 1.5 seasons. 33-point for him, 33-point season for him, nothing crazy. Joe Nichols, a prospect that we traded there, had a 29-point rookie season. On the Devils here, Andre Case had another big 50-plus point season. Jake Leschyshyn at an 85 overall, put up 42 points, negative 25 though. On the Islanders here, Jake Gensel had a 60-point season his first year away from Honolulu after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. Has a pretty good year, 21 goals, but still not realistic as a sniper. Kaylor Yamamoto had 49 points at an 84 overall. I don't know how Yoel Armia continues to score like 40-plus points per season. And Philip Broberg at an 80 overall scored 1 goal in 12 games. Yikes, Cody Glass had a huge injury. He scored 6 points in 8 games as an 86 overall, and he's still injured. I don't know what happened to him. Michael Dal Cole, 57-point year as an 83 overall. That doesn't make sense at all, but congrats to him, scoring 57 points, because he's on the first line, playing with McDavid and Lindholm probably. Even Dennis Gurianov. And Jeremy Bracco, 36 points for him, up to an 83 since leaving Honolulu. He only played 39 games with us, in the NHL. He's decent. I've seen him get a lot better in other franchise modes, but he just didn't really work out in this one. Then over on Winnipeg, we saw John Klingberg already. Timo Meier here, he scored 41 points. Yikes, with a negative 15. Pitt's year for Timo Meier, that's for sure. Dominic Kubalik is here as well. He got signed, I think. Yeah, he was on Carolina. 36-point year for him. Tough times for Winnipeg, that's for sure. A lot of our old players are here. Goaltending, it should be Binnington. Actually, yikes, he was backing up Shesterkin most of the time. Went 17, 22, and 3 with an .890 save percentage, 3.4 goals against average. My goodness. Gorgiev is the starter on Dallas. He went 23, 22, and 4 with 6 shutouts as an 82 overall. And Merce Lincolns was there too, going 7, 6, and 3. Goalies, man, it's really crazy. You could have 90 overall is terrible on one team and a god on another, and then you have an 80 overall who's terrible on one team and a god on another. I don't know what the magic touch has to be. In the AHL, as of 67 games, we have a record of 49, 13, and 5. 1 game left in the season. Elvines has 61 points leading the way. Very good year once again in San Diego. Our goalies always put on a show there. Peyton Krebs scored 60 points as an 81 overall. James Malatesta 52, Ryan Suzuki 43. Our 6th overall pick from last season scored 42 points in 67 games, beautiful, and a plus 33. Sebastian Genze, our 1st round pick from 2022, the sniper, 17 goals, 8 assists from him, bit of a weird stat line, 25 points in 67 games as a second liner. And then in nets, you have Hunter Jones, who went 27, 7, and 5 with 8 shutouts. Charlie Luongo went 15, 2, and 0 with 4 shutouts. So look at that 1-2 punch right there. Blomqvist, nothing too crazy, but Charlie Luongo and Hunter Jones, very well done. Hunter Jones could be the backup next season in the NHL. Looking at team stats here, the Huskies, we were the 11th best team in the NHL with our record of 95 points. We had a power play percentage of 29.1, which gave us the best power play in the NHL. And our penalty kill at 79.8 was not the worst, but definitely I'd say around the middle, closer to the bottom half. Closer to the middle, I'd say, but on the lower side of that. So not too bad for the power play and penalty kill. Actually, I want to see where the Winnipeg Jets finished, because we also have their 1st round pick. So I had the Hurricanes one, but I traded it in the Eli Tolvanen deal, thankfully, because that would be a really late pick. But I don't think, no, the Jets didn't make the playoffs. Here they are, Jets. So the Jets, their 1st round pick, give us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th best odds at moving up to a top 3 pick. But even not, a top 10 draft pick, picking between 12 and either 1, 2, 3 or 10, 11, 12. I'm pretty happy with getting a selection over there along with our own, because that would give us, let's see what that would give us, around 10, 11, 12. Still got to keep scouting, but probably maybe a medium elite centerman or a medium top 6 centerman. This guy who's a left wing, this guy who's a right wing. So definitely a forward, which is nice. We've drafted a lot of highly touted defensemen the last few years, so I wouldn't mind getting a good forward somewhere around here. And look at this, I've never seen this before. Roger Krog, he is ranked 16th, but our scouts are saying we might have him ranked at 4. That's crazy. I've never seen a player that far down be rated so highly. Like, such a big difference. That's a difference of, like, later in the draft you'll get someone who's 250, but our scouts have him at 350. That's a difference of 100. But in the 1st round, I've never seen a difference of 12 picks like that. And even this guy, ranked 20th, Landon Albert from France, my scouts have him ranked around 8. So that's interesting. Definitely got to keep scouting those guys. But that's pretty much it, boys. Simulated one day to get that AHL game done. Vegas is up 1-0, and the Coyotes are up 1-0. Devils and Islanders are also up 1-0. But heading into next episode, we finally are back in the playoffs, going up against the Vancouver Canucks. We saw them a lot in our Anaheim Ducks franchise mode. Luckily, it's with this custom fantasy draft, you get to see a lot of different faces. So on the Canucks, their top 6 is pretty wild. Actually, all of their forwards are crazy. Landeskog, Hughes, Marner on the 1st line. Gallagher, Hurdle, Arvidsson on the 2nd. LeBlanc, Ponomarev, and Lheureux on the 3rd. 84, 85, 82. Then Kreider, Lundstrom, and Wallstrom, all 83s on the 4th line. So that's pretty crazy. Defense, 84, 89, 84, 85, 81, 80. Wow, this is a very good hockey team right here. Good defense, good offense. Who's in nets? Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with Michael DiPietro back. How did this team have the same record as us? Oh, wow, this is a really crazy team. So it's going to be a tough matchup, boys. The 2 times that our franchise have ever made the playoffs, the Honolulu Huskies, we've lost in 7, both times in the 1st round. So we're really going to hope to try and make it out of the 1st round in the next episode and try to make a run at the cup with our lines. So thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions moving into the playoffs, please let me know. If not, we're going to run with these lines, I believe, and with Matt Murray as our starting goaltender, the scratches like this. And yeah, so Justin Barron on defense instead of Moritz Seider. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, putting out daily content of mostly NHL and FIFA, and keeping all you boys and girls entertained here in quarantine. As I said, any suggestions, I will try my best to incorporate them, but looking forward to the year number 6 playoffs in the next episode, just our 3rd appearance in 6 years, so I will see you in the next one.